Hello everyone. In today's lecture, we will study the compensation theorem. Okay, so this is one of the very useful theorem to determine the change in the current of any network when we change the element. Okay, so in this lecture, today we will understand the statement of compensation theorem, and to understand the statement properly, we will solve a numerical based on that. Okay. So you can see I have written the statement. The statement I have written here is that in a linear bilateral network, okay, I have told you what is mean by linear and bilateral network. Means it has consist of the linear element, okay, and there should not be change in the current when there is a change in the voltage polarity. Okay. If the load impedance ZL is connected across terminal AB. Okay. So I will consider this is that linear bilateral network. Okay. And I consider that here I have this terminal A and B. Okay. This terminal A and B. Okay. And this terminal A and B is consist of one impedance. Okay. And I will give that is as ZL. What is mean by ZL here? ZL is called as the load because this is your load side. Okay. And at this side, we have a source. Means we have a voltage source or current source. Most of the time there is a voltage source. Fine. And I assume that here this current is I. Okay. So I is the load current, ZL is the load impedance. So that's I have written. If the load impedance ZL is connected across terminal AB. Okay. Now what happened? This is our the given diagram. Now if we will change this value, which value? The value of ZL, that is we called as the load impedance. So definitely the value of current is changing. Okay, because we have studied the Ohm's law that V is equal to Iz. Okay, so if you change the value of Z, okay, to maintain the voltage constant, your current value is also changed. And impedance is a property to oppose the flow of current. So definitely this process will happen. Okay. So that diagram I will be say the modified diagram. Okay. So what I have done here, this is your A terminal. This will be the B terminal. Fine. What I consider that this load impedance ZL is now changed by some value. What is that value? Delta ZL. Okay. You can see delta means change. Okay, delta means change. So what is that value? So that value we will be called as delta ZL. Okay, so ZL plus delta ZL. If I take a simple example, if it is a 3 and we change by 2, so it is 3 plus 2, 5. So definitely the value of the current is also change. So I will say this is delta. So what here delta I is called as delta I is called as change in the current. And why this current is changed? The current is changed because we have changed the load impedance. Fine. So if this type of situation will come in your network, means if your network is a linear bilateral and if the load impedance is changed by some value, then there is a change in current. Then how to determine this change in this current is given by the compensation theorem. Okay. So what is the change in that current is given by the compensation theorem. So what the compensation theorem says that then change in the current in the modified element that I have marked delta I or any other element of a network is basically the current that would be established by deactivating all the independent energy source of the network. Okay, and introducing a voltage source VC in series with that modified element, and that network is called as compensating network, because it will compensate for that change in the load impedance. That's why it is called as compensating network. So this is the compensating network. Okay. So modified network is converted into compensating network. So how that is converted? They have given that deactivate all the independent energy source of the network, means if it is a voltage source, replace it by short circuit. If it is a current source, replace it by open circuit, and introduce a new voltage source in series with the modified element. So here what is the modified element? This load impedance. So connected one voltage source in series with this load impedance. Okay. So we will see that like this. This is your A point. This is your B point. Fine. So what they have said is that you have to introduce one voltage source in series with this one. Okay. So I will be take this value as it is, and I will introduce one voltage source here. Okay, plus minus, and that voltage source is called as VC. VC means compensating voltage source. What is that? VC is called as compensating. This value is ZL plus delta ZL, that is we have changed. And what will be the value of current? This value of current is delta. So now just solve this compensating network and you can find out the values of this delta. What is the delta? Is called as the change in current. Okay. Here this term is most important, that is called as VC. What this VC is called as? VC is called as the compensating voltage source. Fine. So in that way you have to apply the compensation theorem. Okay. So compensation theorem is used to find out the change in current of any element of the network when there is a modification. Okay. So you can see that if the given network is like this, you have changed that value of delta ZL as delta ZL plus delta ZL. So definitely there is a change in this current I in delta I. So how you find out this delta I? This delta I is find out by drawing the compensating network, and then you get this change in current. Right? So this is the basic statement of the compensation theorem. Okay. Now we will apply this to the network. Okay. And we will solve one numerical based on that. Okay. So before that, I have marked some steps. Okay. So you can see that whenever the numerical of compensation theorem is that you have to make this step. What is the first step here? Determine the pre-modified current of the modified element. Okay. So this is the first step, means you have to find out this current I. You can see that this is the given network and you have to find out this current I. And I will say this current is the pre-modified current because that current is not changed. What is the modified current? Delta I. Fine. So first step is determine the pre-modified current of the modified network from the given network. So whatever the network you have given, you have to find out the current. You have to find out the current through that element only, which element is changed. Okay. Here the element is changed is ZL. Okay. Now what is the second step? Second step is that determine the compensating voltage source. Okay. I will say that is VC. The formula for VC is I into delta ZL. Okay. What is the formula? VC is equal to I into delta ZL. What is I? I is the pre-modified current. And what is delta ZL? Change in the that load impedance. Okay. I will tell afterward how to calculate delta ZL. So what is the delta ZL? Delta ZL is called as the change in ZL. That is the, if it is previously 10 and now you have made the 20. So what is the change? 20 minus 10. So your answer is 10, like that. Okay. So this is the second step. Okay. Now what is the third step? Third step is that you have to draw the compensating network with the modified element. Okay. So this is the third step. Now I have told you how to draw the modified element. For that, you have to insert the one compensating voltage source in series with the modified element. So when you draw a compensating network, basically there are three steps. What is the first step? Short circuit the voltage source. Most of the time we have the voltage source. This is the first step. This is for when you draw the compensating. Second, change I by delta I. Okay. So now what is I? I is a pre-modified current. And what is the delta I? Modified current. Okay. Third step. Insert VC. Okay. In series with modified element. Fine. So when you draw compensating network, you have to do these three steps. First, you have to short circuit the voltage source. Second, replace the I by delta I. And third, insert the VC in series with the modified element. So in that way, the compensating network is done. And the last thing, determine the change in current. So what is the change in current? Change in current is delta I by simple method, and I will use the method is here is mesh analysis. So in that way, we have to solve the we will solve one numerical based on compensation theorem. So this question is given. What they have asked us, calculate the change in current when resistance across AB is changed from 3 ohms to 10 ohm. Use compensation theorem for the given network. Okay, this is the question. Okay, I they have given this point as A and this point as B. Fine, and they have asked that what will happen when this 3 ohm is changed to how much? 10 ohm. Fine. And for that you have to use the compensation theorem. Fine. So I consider the first point here is that this one I, because we have to find out the first current I. According to the steps, you can see first step is determine the pre-modified current I from the modified element. So which element is modified here? 3 is modified. 3 is modified to how much? 10. That's why we have to find out the current through this I. Okay. So my first step is determine pre-modified current I. Fine. So I will use a simple method which we have already studied in last lectures also, mesh analysis. Okay. So you can see that it has two mesh. This is the first mesh. This is the second mesh. Okay. Then we will assign the current. The current assigned to the first mesh is I1 and current assigned to the mesh 2 is I2. And if you see that I want I and from network your I2 is simply I. So our aim is to find out the I2 only. Okay. So I will consider that let I1 and I2 be the mesh currents. Fine. Now after that simply write the mesh matrices and find out the values of I2. Okay. The size of matrices here is 2 by 2 because there are only two mesh. So we have four elements. Okay, like this. Here we have a current matrix I1 and I2, and here we have a voltage. Okay, so this is your mesh 1, mesh 2, mesh 1 and mesh 2. Fine. So I will write the first voltage. So what is the voltage in the first mesh? 7 volt, and this is voltage rise when you follow this clockwise direction. So this is 7. There is no voltage source in the second mesh, so we will substitute as 0. Fine. Now this is first element Z11. So sum of the element present in mesh 1. So there is 5 and 6. So it is 5 plus 6. Z12, the element common to the first and second mesh, 6. And as it is a non-diagonal, so it is minus 6. This is also minus 6. Now Z22, sum of the element present in which mesh? The second mesh. So it will be equal to 6 plus 3. 6 plus 3. Fine. Now rearrange that. So this will be 11 minus 6. Sorry. 11 minus 6. This will be 9. Okay. This value is I1. This value is I2. This should be equal to voltage matrix, that is 7 and 0. Fine. Now I want only value of I2 because I need I, and I2 is equal to I. So I simply use the Cramer's rule method we already studied. So I write by Cramer's rule. What is value of I2? Here I2 is simply equal to delta 2 upon delta. Fine. So how you get delta 2? Just replace the second column with the voltage matrix. So first is same. So 11 minus 6 will be as it is. This will be 7 and 0. And delta matrix is the actually your impedance matrix. So impedance matrix is this one. 11 minus 6 minus 6, 9. Fine. Now solve this. So when you solve this, your I2 is just cross multiply 11 into 0 minus 7 into minus 6. This will be cross multiply 11 into 9 minus minus 6 into minus 6. Okay. Now when you solve this will become 42 plus this will be 99. This minus and this will be minus 36. Okay. If you solve, I have solved this. Your I2 is come out to be 0.667 ampere. Okay. So we got the value of I2, but we are interested in value of I. And if you see the network, your I2 is same as I. Okay. So you write the next statement from network. Your I2 is equal to I. Okay. So what will be the value of I? 0.667 ampere is the value of the I. So your first step is complete, where you have find out the values of pre-modified current I. Fine. Now what is the second step? Second step is determine the compensating voltage source VC. And what is the formula? I into delta ZL. Okay. So I will be taking the second step. So I will be write like this. Determine compensating voltage source, and I will be say value of that is VC. Okay. So VC is the symbol of that compensating voltage source. Okay. What is the formula? That VC is I into delta ZL. Sorry, I into delta ZL. Okay. We know I, value of I. Our aim is to calculate delta ZL. Okay. So for that I will write one simple formula. What is the delta ZL? Means change in the ZL. How you calculate change in the ZL? That is final value minus initial. So I will say simple modified ZL. Final value I will say modified minus initial value. Initial value I will say pre-modified, because these two terms we have used in this theorem. So what is the value of delta ZL? This is the formula. You have to remember modified ZL minus pre-modified ZL. So get the values of delta ZL. So what is the modified ZL? Modified means the value we have changed. So 3 is changed to 10. So 10 is your modified ZL and 3 is your pre-modified ZL. Okay. So your answer here is this is 10 and this will be 3. So value of delta ZL is come out to be 7 and unit is ohm, because the impedance is measured in ohms. Fine. Now we know delta ZL, we know I. So you can get the VC. So what is the value of VC? So VC is 0.667 multiplied by 7. It is come out to be 4.7 volt. Okay. So this is our second step. What we have done in second step, we have simply calculated the values of the compensating voltage. Fine. Now we have finished with the two step. Now what is the third step? Third step is draw the compensating network. Fine. And for that you have to follow this step: short circuit the voltage source, change I by delta I, and insert VC in series with the modified ZL. Okay. So I will be taking the third and the last step. So dr- third step is draw compensating network. So how that will be drawn? You can see that. So what we will do? We will replace this voltage source by short circuit. Fine. And this 3 by modified ZL. So what is the value of modified ZL? That is this one. And we have to insert one voltage source in series with that element. Okay. So I will be write like this. So I will draw the network first. This will be the 5 ohm. Sorry. This will be 5 ohm. This is that 7-volt source which is a short circuit. Right. We have one resistance here whose value is 6 ohm. You can see that here we have a 5, here we have 6, and now this one. Okay. So this is the change value, and we have to connect one voltage source here, the value of VC here. Okay. Now VC is we have calculated is 4.7 volt. Fine. What is this? This was previously 3. Now it will become 10. Okay. So previously it was 3. Now it will become 10. Fine. Now what is our next step? Our next step is that we have to find out this I. Now so this I is like that. So here we will mark this one delta I. Okay. So now what is our aim? Our aim is to determine this current. Which current? Delta I. Fine. Now you can see that here I have marked this VC. VC is the what? Voltage source. And we know that voltage source has polarity. So what is polarity? Okay. So when you have to mark the polarity of VC, it should be such that it will oppose the delta I current. Okay. So what should be the polarity? Polarity should be plus minus. Why? Because when the current come from this side, when the current come from this side, this current and this current will in opposite direction. If I take minus plus, so current will go downwards, so both will be in same direction. Okay. So remember that the polarity of the compensating voltage source are such that it should oppose the which current? Delta. Okay. Now what is our aim here? Our aim is here to simply calculate the delta. So it's very simple now. Just apply the mesh analysis and you will get the answer. Okay. So here I consider uh, this is the mesh 1, this is the mesh 2. Fine. So assign the current direction. So I will be saying that this is the current I1 in mesh 1 and this is the current I2 in mesh 2. Okay. So let I1 and I2 be the mesh currents. Fine. Be the mesh currents. Fine. Now, first you calculate I1 and I2 and you can see that the network there is a relation between delta and I1. Okay. So, first you write the matrices. Size of matrices is 2 by 2 because there are only two mesh. Okay. So it is similar to step 1. So it is I1, I2. Fine. There is a voltage. Voltage in the first mesh is how much? 4.7 positive. And there is no voltage source in the second, so it will be 0. Okay. So this is your mesh 1. This is and this is mesh 2. Fine. So what are the element in mesh 1? So it is 10 plus 6. Okay. I directly write 10 plus 6. Common is 6. So it is minus 6. This is minus 6. And here we have 6 plus 5. 6 plus 5. That will be 11. Okay. 6 plus 5. That will be 11. Now you have to simply solve these matrices. So this will become 16. This is minus 6. This is minus 6. This will be 11. Right? This will be I1, I2. And this is equal to 4.70. Now what is our aim? Our aim is to calculate I1 because we have a relation between I and delta. So I will use simple rule, Cramer's rule. Okay. So by Cramer's rule, the value of I1 is calculated as delta 1 upon delta. Fine. Now replace the first column with this voltage matrix. So it is 4.70 minus 6, 11. Fine. This should be, okay. This will be 16 minus 6 minus 6, 11. Now solve this determinant. When you solve, it is 11 into 4.7 minus 6 into 0 divided by 16 into 11 minus 6 into minus 6. Okay. So your I1 is come out to be, first you have to calculate 11 into 4.7, which was come out to be 51.7. That will become 0. Okay. So 16 into 11, that will be 176 minus 36. So that is 140. So value of I1 is come out to be 51.7 by 140. So this value is come out to be 0.37 ampere. Fine. So this is the value of the current I1. But we are not interested in value of I1. We are interested in value of delta I. But if you see the diagram, the delta I and delta I are same. But you can see that this delta I is flowing in clockwise direction. Okay, clockwise direction, you can see that. And this I is flowing in anti-clockwise. So both direction are reverse. So when the direction are reverse, we can assign a negative sign here. Okay. So from network, okay, your delta I is actually equal to this one. So delta I is come out to be minus 0.37 ampere. So this is your final answer, where what is the delta I represent? Delta I represent the change in current, okay, when 3 ohm is changed to 10 ohm resistance. Okay. So this is your final answer. So in that way we have complete with the question.